Hey everyone, and welcome to the special explainer from Teacher Victoria's ESL Classroom. Today, we're going to solve a common English puzzle that trips a lot of people up: when to use eat, have, or finish dinner.
So, have you ever been in that situation where you say, I finished dinner, and it feels a little off? You're not imagining things. While it's grammatically correct, it's not what native speakers usually say. So what do they say? Well, most of the time, you're gonna hear, I ate dinner, or I have had dinner. But the real question is, why? What's the secret logic that makes these sound so much more natural? Let's dive in. It all boils down to one simple but really powerful idea: the difference between focusing on an action versus focusing on an experience. Once you get this, a whole lot of English starts to make more sense. Okay, let's start with eat. When we use the verb eat, we're being super direct. We're talking about the physical, mechanical process of, chewing and swallowing. It's all about the action itself. Here's a great way to think about it. Look at this squirrel. The squirrel is eating a nut. You wouldn't say the squirrel is having a nut, right? That sounds kind of weird. And that's because for the squirrel, it's a purely physical act. There's no dinner party happening there. Have, on the other hand, is completely different. It's so much broader. It's not just about the food. It's about the entire social event, the conversation with your friends, the atmosphere, the time you spend together. It's the whole shebang. So you can almost think of it like this. Eat is like zooming in on the food itself, right there on the plate. But have zooms way out to capture the whole scene, the entire experience. Let's see how this works with a couple more examples. So if you say, we ate a nice lunch, what your friend hears is that the food was the star of the show. Your focus is on how delicious it was. But if you switch it and say, we had a nice lunch, you're painting a much bigger picture. Yeah, the food was probably good, but you're really talking about the whole pleasant experience, the great company, the nice atmosphere, all of it. Okay, so we've got a handle on eat versus have. So let's circle back to our original mystery. What is so wrong with saying, I finished dinner? The answer is a really cool language concept called collocation. And don't let the fancy word scare you. All it means is words that are like best friends. They just love hanging out together because they sound right. Like strong coffee or heavy rain. And here's the golden rule for finish. It loves to partner up with actions. But dinner isn't just an action, is it? It's an event. And that's the mismatch that makes it sound a little clunky to a native speaker's ear. Just look at these examples. You finish eating. You finish working. You finish reading. You see that pattern? Finish is almost always paired with an action verb, usually one ending in ing. It's a super strong and natural pattern. So here's the big takeaway. You finish the action of eating, not the event called dinner. That's why saying, I finished eating dinner sounds perfectly natural. It follows that finish plus action rule we just talked about. All right, so how do we put all this into practice in our daily lives? Let me give you a really simple, practical guide you can start using today. Think of this table as your little cheat sheet. I ate dinner is your go-to for a specific time. I have had dinner is perfect when the time isn't important. And I finished dinner is the one we'll try to use less if our goal is to sound supernatural. And of course, tense is important. Use the simple past, I ate, when you're talking about a specific finished time, like I ate dinner at 7 p.m. Use the present perfect, I have had, when the result is what matters, like telling someone, I've had dinner already, so you're not hungry now. One last little tip for you, eat can stand on its own. You can just say, I love eating. But have always needs a buddy. It needs an object. You can't just say, I love having. You have to say what you love having, like, I love having pizza. And there you have it. You've totally cracked the code. Seriously, great job. Keep these little things in mind and you're gonna feel so much more confident in your everyday English conversations. Of course, mastering natural English is a journey, and digging into these little details, figuring out how native speakers really talk, is exactly what we explore all the time in Teacher Victoria's ESL Classroom. So if you found this helpful and you want to practice it in a real conversation or maybe tackle some other tricky topics, definitely send a message to Teacher Victoria to learn more about the class. And I'll leave you with a little something to think about. Now that you know this experience over action rule, can you think of any other English phrases that follow it?
I bet once you start looking, you'll see this pattern everywhere. Thanks for joining us in the classroom today.